Have you ever noticed that the absolute biggest battle in your life doesn't actually happen outside of you? It happens right inside your own mind. Welcome to this explainer. The surprising truth is that most of us spend years, sometimes our entire lives, trying to control people, situations, external outcomes, basically the whole shebang. But we spend very little time actually learning how to control our own thoughts. I want you to really ask yourself right now, does the biggest battle in your life happen inside your mind? Think about those moments when you're lying awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, just running through every possible worst-case scenario. We've all been there, right? That internal struggle is totally valid. Your mind is quite literally a battlefield, and the thoughts you allow to win, well, they dictate the entire direction of your life. The stakes here are incredibly high. It's wild when you think about it. One single negative thought, if you let it spiral out of control, can absolutely ruin your entire day. But on the flip side, one single positive thought can completely change your future. It can give you the courage to take a huge risk, learn a new skill, or finally forgive someone. Today, we're breaking down exactly why mastering your internal dialogue is the ultimate life skill.
Okay, let's dive right into part 1, the invisible mental battlefield, and why our thoughts actually matter so much.
Every single achievement in human history starts right here, at step 1, a thought. It's like a domino effect. Before an entrepreneur builds a massive company or an athlete takes home a gold medal, there is always a thought. Your thoughts turn into your decisions. Then, those decisions become your actions. Do those actions enough, and they solidify into habits. And ultimately, those habits shape your entire future. So, if the thought at step 1 is flawed, the whole future is compromised.
So how many of these starting points do we actually deal with? Thousands. Scientists estimate our brain generates thousands upon thousands of thoughts every single day. Many are just totally repetitive. Some are genuinely useful, but honestly, a vast majority are completely useless, like stressing over what you should have said in a random argument 5 years ago.
And this brings us to a massive paradigm shift. Are you ready? Not every thought deserves your attention. The problem isn't that you have negative thoughts. That's just a completely normal human experience. The real problem is that we actually believe every single thought that enters our mind. We give them all equal weight, and we absolutely shouldn't.
Which naturally brings us to part 2, the notification overload problem, and how we can start filtering our minds.
Think about your smartphone right now. Every single day, you receive hundreds of notifications. But do you open every single one? Of course not. You instantly categorize them. You ignore the annoying spam messages, and you only open the important notifications, the ones that actually matter to you. Well, guess what? Your mind works the exact same way. Your thoughts are just mental notifications.
But here is where we get ourselves into real trouble. If you open every negative mental notification, like every single time your brain pings you with, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," your mind just becomes completely overloaded. You basically crash your own system. Learning to filter your thoughts isn't some natural talent you're born with. It's a learnable mental discipline. So let's look at how to actually do that in part 3, productive versus destructive thinking. Whenever you're feeling totally overwhelmed by what's going on in your head, I want you to pause and ask yourself this one simple, powerful question. Does this thought move me forward, or does it hold me back? This is your ultimate quick categorization tool. It instantly strips away the noise and reveals the true nature of the thought you're entertaining.
Let's compare how these actually feel in practice. Destructive thoughts breed fear, and they make your mind race. They sound like, "I'm not talented enough. Everyone else is better. What if I fail?" Notice how that just spirals into pure anxiety? They don't solve problems. They just helplessly ask, "Why can't I?" But a productive thought is calm. It's grounded. It simply asks, "Okay, what can I do?" It sounds like, "What lesson can I learn from this?" Or, "How can I improve by just 1% today?" It's focused entirely on steady, controlled progress.
All right, part 4, 5 questions to filter any thought.
I highly encourage you to pause the explainer. Take a screenshot right now and keep this checklist handy. The next time a stressful thought pops up, run it through these 5 filters. 1. Is this an actual fact or just my assumption? 2. Can I even control this? 3. Does this give me energy or completely drain it? 4. Is this really going to matter 1 year from now? And 5. Does this lead to productive action or just paralyzing anxiety? If it fails this test, hit delete on that notification. Let's move to part 5 and see how this builds into real long-term habits. How to train your mind.
Here is your 5-step daily training regimen. Step 1 is simply to observe. When a thought comes, don't immediately react to it.
Imagine your thoughts are just clouds passing through the sky, and you're just sitting on the grass watching them. You are the observer, not the cloud. Just let the destructive ones drift right on by.
Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is step 2, replacing the thought. Never underestimate the immense power of a single word. When a destructive thought says, "I can't do this," you don't just ignore it. You actively replace it by adding the word yet. I can't do this yet. That one tiny addition completely shifts your mindset from a closed door of failure to an open window of potential growth. Step 3 is feeding your mind. Listen, your mind literally becomes what you repeatedly consume. If you're constantly scrolling through negativity, drama, and fear, your internal dialogue is going to reflect exactly that. You have to intentionally feed your mind good content. Read insightful books, learn new skills, listen to engaging explainers, like this one. Surround yourself with positive, forward-thinking people. Step 4 is gratitude. Every single night before you go to sleep, just write down 3 things that you're genuinely thankful for. Why does this work? Because gratitude forcibly shifts your brain's focus away from what's missing in your life and redirects it right toward what is already present. It literally retunes your mental frequency. And the final step, step 5, take action. Because here's a powerful realization. Confidence grows after taking action, not before. Action is the absolute fastest way to defeat overthinking. So many of us sit around waiting until we feel perfectly confident to start something, but you absolutely do not need perfect confidence to start. Take that first messy step and the confidence will follow.
Finally, let's wrap this up with part 6. The mind is a garden. Think of your mind like a garden. You can't stop the wind from blowing random seeds into it, meaning you can't stop random intrusive thoughts from entering your mind. But you are the gardener. You get to choose which ones take root. And here's the stark truth. If you don't actively plant and water positive seeds, negative weeds are going to grow automatically by default. You have to be intentional. So the crucial point is this. You must train your thoughts every single day. Your future isn't dictated by your circumstances, your background, or what's happening in the outside world. Your future is decided entirely by the thoughts you choose to believe, the decisions you make, and the bold actions you take. You have the power to control that progression. I want to leave you with a provocative question. What is one negative thought that you're going to absolutely stop believing starting today? Really think about it. And then I want you to declare it by sharing your answer in the comments below. Take that very first action step. If you found this explainer valuable in helping you filter out your mental spam, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who could use a positive mindset shift today. Keep tending to your mental garden, and I'll see you in the next explainer.